No,
I don't like The Dark Knight.
I don't like The Dark Knight either.
I
doesn't
do,
like
but
it.
I can understand.
I mean, I
Why
like
do you
people
not
don't.
like it?
Because Bane was supposed to be a Spanish
Dark Knight
wrestler.
No,
Rises.
that's The Rises.
Oh,
Dark
wait.
Knight is
Oh,
the one with
fuck.
Joker.
Dark Knight.
Heath
You're
Ledger.
talking about the
Why
cartoon
are you
movie.
here?
No,
No,
Heath
the
Ledger.
Joker
What do you...
with Heath Ledger.
Yes.
God damn it!
I know.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerd Rift Roundtable. Today we are discussing Dark Days, comic coming out of DC Universe. I'm Scott Kennard. You can find me on the credits of Dick Comics with superstar over here, Rich Dick. You guys
I have a hard
recognize
time
him?
saying it too.
It's been going on like 2
RRD.
years now.
Yeah,
RRD.
That's
I
easy.
get it mixed up.
Double RD.
And we have
RD.
Anthony from Nerd Rift. He recently did a comic shop showcase. You guys will be seeing that shortly on our channel. And Alon Heredia.
Heredia. It's all good. It's all good, dude.
On the radio.
Nobody knows who I am.
Nobody
I live under the
knows.
stairs,
Nobody
it's
knows who he is. But we needed a fourth person to balance out the set. But he did share with us some of his artwork. It's pretty good. You can see
thank you.
a link to
That's
his
wonderful.
his Instagram here, and so we'll get into Dark Days now. And I read through both the Forge and the Casting, which I gotta say, Casting's a great name because after you forge metal, you cast it into what's to come. But also, this book is just full of DC casts. They just come out of everywhere, and we've really kind of taken off with that.
I actually hated the names. Just the names straight up. I'm like reading it. It's like, oh, it's leading up to the metal,
But-
the forge, the casting.
But Richard,
It's like,
what's it about?
stupid. It's
Metal.
about metal.
Metal.
I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but I was like, it's a little on the nose.
It's all a double entendre.
It's
a double entendre.
It's not even a double.
That's actually what
entendre.
bothered me was the metal.
Metal.
Oh, we have to metal. Batman's the greatest geologist in the world,
An archaeologist.
and archaeologist, and scientist,
Yeah.
and
Everything.
karate master, and holy shit, he
like-
just does everything.
Yeah.
And you wonder
Delivers
where
babies.
when he gets time to sleep and stuff. But having done all of this, dealing with a Joker, I'm sure he can't sleep. He's 24/7.
Yeah, he just hits those monsters, like Monster Energy drink,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, I left
day.
mine in the fridge.
So
Bad-
he's
so-
bad
died.
drinks.
He's
He's got
died
bad
many. I
drinks.
mean,
Bad
he
drinks.
died in Endgame,
It's his
and
own-
he keeps dying, and that's what happens. Is they keep bringing him back to life because he's
Yeah.
not human at this point. He just keeps dying.
He really
Right.
isn't.
Like
Well, they-
like his heart exploded from all the the
Yeah,
All
but he's
the
alive
joints.
because of
All
the
Batman-
metal.
All the
metal.
The metal brought him back to life. Same with Joker. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
Speaking of
Put him back
speaking of
together.
coming back to life, this is something that I've always had a strange feeling about in comics. But bringing gods into it is always
Fun.
it can be fun. It can be risky, and then it also kind of just breaks everything that's set up because you're taking mythos from Roman or Greek culture or something else, and it seems like honestly comic books just say, you know what, all religions are true.
Yeah.
You've got Horus, you've got they're all true, they're all happening, they all have an equal amount of power to destroy and recreate the universe.
It's a great thing to think about. I mean, that it's something in consideration, but I do like when they bring the gods into stuff because it seems like you can have more fun with it, right? You can like. What was it?
Omnipotence
Crisis.
is
Yeah,
usually pretty
yeah.
fun, yeah.
You can do. It's like the Crisis where Batman kills Darkseid with a gun, with a special gun. It's like, what? Did that just happen? That's like, are you kidding me?
Or they create a sword that they just shouldn't be held by mortals, but here you go back.
Exactly.
Batman.
I really like the
Seeing as you're
Sunblade.
alive again, you're not
The
immortal.
Sunblade,
Yeah.
yes.
Sunblade, because
Here you go. You can have this.
Because Batman really shows his nerd self. Because like any of us, as soon as you get a katana or a sword, you go out there. The next thing you do is you go out in your front yard, you start hacking trees, you're hacking rocks, and that's exactly what Batman does. He's like, oh, cool. I just got this ancient artifact from Wonder Woman, and it goes and slices open a cave or something,
I
right?
also
Yeah,
really
It's not even
enjoyed-
that. It's the first thing you do is you sheath it.
Yeah,
and
he's
put it
tucked
right
in
into his
belt.
belt buckle.
That's
It was like I
He
remember
did
doing
that.
that with sticks
I don't
in
know.
my
Yeah.
backyard.
You can
as a
totally tell
child.
he's being really cool because
Anything,
he's like,
anything you do with a
Like,
sword. Just,
I got this.
yeah, thank you, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, fuck that, that's awesome.
As soon as she's out of view, you know he's like swinging it around, making lightsaber sounds with
pretty
it.
if we can get an insert of that butt, because that's
He's
you
got
can
a
tell he
tight
works
butt.
out. He's the gluteus maximus.
No, he doesn't have a Dick Grayson ass though.
No, he
The
doesn't.
Dick Grayson
But I mean-
ass is delicious.
From
It's
It
delicious.
was
Dick
it
the
was Highland
squats.
Haynes, and who's the artist on that? It was
I
like
don't remember,
every
but
cover was him
just
in this
butt.
sexy pose.
So much delicious.
he probably had
ass.
to, like,
It's
just get a
receipt
cup
of
and then-
just Dick Grayson butt on the bottom of the screen.
It was intentional though. It was mocking all of the female characters that were always scantily clad and
Shit,
and
that
lewd.
that goes really deep. Then, oh my
It
goodness,
was though. That was
really
that was
deep,
the idea.
balls deep.
Exactly
I mean,
that.
And as far as the artwork in here, you've got a lot of different artists, and it's hard to give one credit over the other because, but it deserves somewhere because you got that butt, you've got Hal Jordan in the next frame, and no homo, but I'd hit it. He's ripped.
Yeah, he's delicious too.
But then you flip a little bit further, and we've got Duke's face kind of being skewed and other things going wrong. It seems like
it's
some of them-
problematic. It's totally
Yeah.
problematic. I mean, for me, it's only two of them. What's his name? Jim Lee. Jim Lee and
Jimmy Kubert, right?
Yeah.
Kubrick, and then it's like, I have no problems with Ramita Jr., but like I feel like it didn't like match, like at least them,
Yeah.
and it like took me out of the story because I'm just kind of like, why the fuck is there a different artist now? Like I can't stand that.
I agree.
Personally, it's weird for me.
I feel like there was less drive involved. Like some of them said, "Whoa, this is going to be a huge DC event. I'm going to put my all into it," and then others were like, "Come on, bro, it's called metal." Like, and so they just slapped something together real quick and got on to their work where they measured somebody else or their passion project.
God,
So talking about
I
the
felt like that
God
was
thing,
appropriate.
the
I-
God thing.
it was.
I actually like that because I can tell that this story is gonna get like really goofy. Like you can tell that it's gonna get like the bunch of weird characters and Batman's gonna get like godlike powers and fight somebody that's ridiculously powerful for. I like those stories.
like he
dumb.
doesn't have
Well-
godlike powers already.
Yeah, I mean his
Well,
IQ is pretty godlike, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with them introducing godlike characters, but then to give Batman godlike powers or anybody else, I guess besides Superman, godlike powers, I want to see Batman save the day with just who he is. Like he doesn't need to go and get the Sunblade or something more. He's always been the very intelligent detective that gets all the clues, all the hints, puts them together, and then he can go as a human and save the day.
You must have hated when he got the chair. Then right the what the hell is his name?
What was it from?
I think that was like Crisis, where he takes away the guy that watches, the god that watches all everybody's things.
Watcher.
Oh,
the Watcher.
No, that's Marvel.
No.
That's Marvel.
Oh, that's right. So the
You're
Marvel,
talking
the
about
DC
the
The
Watcher.
Mobius chair. The Mobius chair.
The viewer.
What the hell is that called? Somebody look that shit up. Yeah, he basically gets the chair, and then
No.
he becomes like godlike. Batman
Yeah.
finds out that there's like 3 Jokers.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh, that whole.
Yeah.
I heard about
So you must have
Yeah.
hated that shit.
Well, yeah, I didn't like that. And then the other thing that really grinds my gears when it comes to
Right? It's scared.
when it comes to Batman is that I felt like all the best Batman stories, all the clues are there for you. It's there, and you're not looking for them. And yeah, Batman has the upper hand because the writer writes him, and the writer knows all the clues. But they are in the comic, and if you know what to look for, or if you're reading it a second time, you can go back and be like, whoa. But in Dark Days, that's not the case. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that was alluded to in the New 52, but also stuff that wasn't, and that it just seems like we went from where Batman was last to he's out in the middle of nowhere, and he's mining for for the nth metal.
Yeah.
It seems to have happened really fast and off page, off panel. And so now I'm lost because I want to be a super cool detective like Batman and say, yeah, that was the right move. And I can't say that. And he's doing a lot of things that don't make sense to me because I don't have all the information.
But they have like that theme though. I did research on some of the stuff, like his little chamber where he has the Tower of the Anti-Monitor in there and like that kind of stuff. And apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong because I didn't read the earlier series to this, but he says like they made the thing, they only have one key, and he shot it into the sun. And they mention that in the Forge, but apparently it's not in any of the comics.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
like the throwaway. It's
There's
like,
gaps.
I shot it in the sun.
There's gaps.
And then the Miracle Man, Mr. Miracle, whatever that fool's name is like, oh, well, that's
Mr.
what
Miracle.
I'm here for, Bolt, and he like in the thing already.
Yeah, right. And I've
but
really
it's
liked Snyder and
Here's my
Kinnean's
cameo.
run on Batman, but I never expected them to do this kind of thing where they had what 50 issues or more to set this up, and I had a lot of fun with the Court of Owls and everything else. But why couldn't you have actually put that in the comic somewhere? I didn't need to pick it up right away, but I should be able to go back through the comics and say, oh yeah, that's where he shot the
Well,
thing.
that's where I got confused, and that's why I brought these right here because it was like, oh yeah. So I brought what is it? Brought Return of the Bruce Wayne, right? And so they're referencing Dionysium, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
And
Dionysium.
that is the blood of the hyper adapter, and that's from this story. So, and that's this is I think this is pre-52. So I'm kind of like, are they referencing shit that happened in like a universe that doesn't exist anymore, or like I'm not sure. That's where I get confused.
A publication date on it, because that way we could tell.
Well, they also kind of hinted at that with the whole Carter
Well,
Hall thing.
this is right after Crisis. This is right
okay,
after.
then, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is before 52, and I'm kind of like, okay,
They're-
like
It's
so-
like they're taking everything. Like they took the Carter Hall story and they like kind of abridged Carter Hall, like from all his different renditions from like when he was created. They abridged him into like, this is Carter Hall now. Bloop, here you go, Hawkman. And but then they're taking everything else and they're just like, it's all metal now. And they're like, we just changed the whole DC universe since the beginning of time, and no one knows because it's metal. And it's like,
That's metal, bro.
that's so metal, but
it's a really easy plot device.
Yeah, it's
really
too
easy. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, then this happened then.
Yeah, so that happened. Everything's happened, but metal is now involved. And that changes everything.
The New 52 was meant to bring new people in, a lot of people, from the movies, The Dark Knight and everything. And so maybe this is their attempt years later to bring everything back to that original universe. Maybe the 52 was like, we're on Earth 52, and that's where all these stories were taking place. And now we're moving back to where we were previously.
I still think it's kind of like an easy plot device, where they're just kind of
Absolutely.
like, well, I mean, the Dionysium thing didn't start with this. This started with before Endgame actually, where Joker, they found out that he, for some reason, he's been living for hundreds of years, or
Right,
more, which I really don't like that.
Yeah, it doesn't add up with everything else.
I like the idea that it might be that he's like, Joker is like playing some like giant practical joke on Batman, and that's
That'd be
awesome.
great. That'd be
That's
great.
awesome. But like the idea that he's been living for that long, just kind of, I don't like that. I like the idea that Batman created his villain.
Yeah.
Like he created his worst villain, and
They
it's
almost created each other.
they
They did. Yeah, that's the
To a
idea.
certain extent,
They're,
yes.
They're yin and yang.
Yeah.
They don't exist without the other.
and that aspect would erase that.
They say that's change.
No, but I'm saying this
Because
change where
one
now
side
the
is
Joker
going-
has been around for hundreds of years or whatever, and then it's like, but then they're also kind of adding that in with the bat stuff.
Yeah,
but
with
like
the
where they're like,
hieroglyphics on the
bat.
wall. And
But
shit.
Snyder has, I think he pointed out that they wanted to leave it kind of like ambiguous, that maybe that it is like a big practical joke, and I really like that because it's really it's funny.
It could be a good twist. If
It
they
is a
play
good
with
twist.
it.
It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you, Batman.
Yeah. Got you good, you fucker.
Talking about Joker, I was a little bit worried in the Forge because we've seen so many arcs where it's like, how insane can the Joker be, right? But then in the casting, I actually kind of thought to myself, this is the most sane Joker I've seen. After he comes out of the Batcave within the Batcave Inception, Batman has a secret cave that's not secret anymore. So naturally, like a bat does, he builds another secret cave within the secret cave.
Well, when you have enough money as he does, as much money as he does, and
so anyway, but when Joker gets out of there, right, he starts destroying that machine that somehow he knows that's the answer to it all.
Yeah.
And Batman's about to unlock the door that he really shouldn't. But it's kind of role reversal because Joker is an agent of chaos. Wouldn't he want that door opened? And so if he is sobering up and deciding that this is a problem, then that's a big.
That's why I brought this.
Yeah. Go for it. Take it over.
So he does that again in this book, which is Batman and Robin. This is when Dick Grayson is Batman.
Yeah. Right.
And there's a character in there, I think his name's like Mr. X or something. He's got like red glasses and he's all in black, and everybody's like, "Who is he? Oh, I don't know." Or I think he's called like the Gravedigger. I don't know, something like that. And you find out that in the end it's the Joker, and that was the practical joke, was that he was the good guy.
Yeah.
And there's something like funny about that. Just get this like, well, all right.
Well, I think the idea.
Got you.
I think the idea there is that he can kind of run circles around almost anybody except Batman. And then Batman's own people are working against him now as Green Lantern, and I think it says in the book, right, that Duke does not have a superhero name yet.
No, he doesn't.
Well, wait. Slow down.
name.
They gave him a code name in, I think it's the casting, where he's like, "You are the Signal," and then they even they make it in bold. Yeah,
yeah.
But they put it in bold. They want you to go the Signal. They want you to like read it like that.
It's a pretty bad way to come up with a name.
I remember that. It's like
he reminded me of his outfit reminds me of Bumblebee from the Transformers.
Oh no!
But he mentions why he's wearing it though too. Like he's going against Green Lantern. And he was like, "Oh, I thought your powers don't work on yellow," and Hal's just like,
"Yeah, I do whatever I want."
That's what
seemed coincidental though. Yeah, I know, but
oh my goodness!
But Batman gave him the suit before all this, like before he thought you're gonna be fighting Hal Jordan. So I'm gonna make you.
I'm not familiar enough with that background. So
I'm glad you brought that up. I thought that was funny. They made a joke. They're like, that doesn't make any sense. But I'm still kind of going like, yeah, that still doesn't make any sense.
Hal Jordan's like, it doesn't work if you know how to use the
unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and like, what?
No,
it's kind of like the brush off. It's like, oh yeah, Hal no longer has restrictions.
It's kind of like they're making up their own rules.
Yeah,
it's like Inception.
He just has a new restriction because now he can use his ring on yellow. But he can't use it in deep dark caves.
With the metal. The metal interrupts
that's
the
one
ring.
thing I didn't get is like why couldn't what was stopping him from
the metal? It was the metal.
It was the metal.
That's my interpretation. Was the metal was stopping it?
The metal is yellow. The button and what was his name? Psycho Pirate. They're both his mask. It's all yellow.
Yeah, so. And the
Dionysium is yellow.
Right. And so his ring. Previous to the casting, should not be able to work on it, but
that's why I got confused. So, because I was like, they're saying that Dionysium is basically the Lazarus Pit, but the Lazarus Pit for like years has been drawn green, or I don't know, and then they say it's green.
Yeah, it's kind of glow green. Yeah.
So what the fuck color is this stuff? Like, is it yellow?
Well, maybe when it hardens and becomes metal.
Well, they threw blue dye into it.
How about that? That makes sense.
It's just old, so the algae are growing on it. It's been there a while.
So you're taking. That's nice.
It's a pit. It's just a pit.
It's a pit.
Anyways.
And you just go into the moldy ass pit.
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. Well, I guess if
no one else has trouble with it.
There's. I don't know where you two went.
In the moldy ass pit. It's fine.
Well, Batman runs around in a rubber suit all day, so I mean, I'm sure he's all right with it. Yeah.
You gotta do some extra things to get that stank out. After
It's good. It's a good agent.
There's a lot of themes here, and one of them that was really strong in the casting is birds versus bats.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe they're gonna do a Hawkeye versus Batman kind of thing.
Hawkman.
Yes, Hawkman.
I saw that too, and
Hawkeye.
I didn't understand the relevance to that. I mean, I was
Yeah.
kind of like they brought it up once, and I think that was in Forge.
Well,
And like, what are they going with it?
They bring up like the 4 clans,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
one's definitely the birds, and one's the bats, and then you have the other two, which is like a bear and something
A
else.
bear and a wolf, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
But then they keep saying, "Oh, the birds and the bats, birds versus the bats."
I mean, I could see it as Carter Hall for almost an eternity now has been trying to chase this thing down, and now Batman is about to cross the threshold that over centuries Carter Hall could not have done. So they are going to come to a head here soon, but then you throw in like demon bats that have been ruling everything forever,
Well,
and you
well-
have the Court of Owls, and
They're referencing the what is it, the Barbatos or something like that. They're characters that have been infused with the Dionysium, or the hyper adapter basically came in contact with these characters, and then they now have like that longevity. So it's like Vandal Savage, or did I say- Vandal Savage. They changed his kind of like his not too much, but they basically changed his origin where they say that it wasn't the meteorite, it was the hyper adapter. And then Joker is also
Right.
taking the Dionysium. Dr. Hurt, who is Thomas Wayne, the really old Thomas Wayne. So that's like kind of like the Bat Clan, I guess.
can I take an aside? Thomas. I think every other person in Batman's life has named Thomas. Thomas Wayne. This is his best friend from
Duke
childhood,
Thomas.
There's Duke Thomas.
They're keeping it in the family.
yeah.
Batman's an incest child.
Everybody.
So
I'm
is
sorry
Bruce
to
his middle name?
No,
Yeah,
no,
right.
no, I was done. Anyways, that was it. I mean, that's
Which,
that's
by the
basically
way,
the Bat Clan.
Is BTW.
Bruce Thomas Wayne.
So that's the Bat Clan. The Bat Clan is like
Bat.
consists of like Thomas's Wayne's like crazy group of people.
right.
I think, yeah. And he's been living so damn long.
Didn't they mention that he also has a metal in him in Bruce?
Well, they're referencing the fact that they're using the Dionysium
Yeah.
or the Lazarus pits or whatever the
Yeah.
hell.
Which Joker pointed out to Duke also was like, "You got metal," and he was like, "Metal."
Well,
That
yeah,
was
he was
the
calling him a
thing of
meta.
Joker. Yeah,
meta.
Yeah, meta. Or spelling it. I thought he was spelling it
Yeah.
the way it was written.
No, I don't think this is going to happen. But what I'd like to see here is for there to be a crossover where Wolverine comes in, the quintessential metal man. And we find out that Adamantium in the Marvel universe is actually Dionysium in the DC universe, and that is what brings him his healing factor.
There you go.
That'd be...
Oh God.
They just
Do
tie
it.
it all up, wrap it all up.
Do it,
in
Marvel
one
and
bow.
DC.
Scott
Why
Snyder.
not?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
go
see
ahead.
that happening.
No, I was just saying that like did anyone else get bored by Carter Hall's story?
I think that's the through line here. Like that's the actual plot, and they dance around it so much. I actually liked it in the beginning where you're like, all right, cool. There's Hawk Girl and a cult, and the cult is made up of immortals that we already know. Like I thought that was kind of cool.
Like Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Raz or Raish or Rosh
or Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al
It
Ghul.
can't be. It's never the same pronunciation
Yeah.
in any form.
No.
Yeah.
But they're all there, and I like that. I did get. There was a point where I was like, okay, I gotcha. You've been on this trek for a while. I'd like to get back to Batman, who's actually figuring it out. That
Yeah.
would be.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think what they're doing there, though, is I think you mentioned setting up a conflict between the birds and the bats kind of thing. I think it is, though, in the end of the casting, it was kind of hinted at Carter Hall. They saw what's in the darkness. You know, they saw, like, the demon looking back or whatever. So I think it's going to come down to Carter Hall and his whole story coming to a head with Batman in terms of Batman's trying to get into the darkness, find out what's there, and Carter's like, no, you don't want to do that. That's a bad idea.
So at one point they're going to bring in the
Similar to
Thanagarians.
Yeah, Thanagarians are all
Yeah.
over this, but I think that's where their Bat versus Bird is coming to a head, and I think for me that actually made the Carter Hall story a little more interesting because it's like he already did all this thing that Batman's doing.
Right.
He did it before, He
I
knows
see what
what's
you're
up.
saying. So it's not that he didn't find it; it's that he found out he didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
And Batman,
And
despite
Batman-
being incredibly smart, has not figured that out yet.
Because he's
Yeah,
Batman.
because he hasn't seen into that realm yet,
He
or
must
that
know.
universe.
He's too curious.
And then when he gets the chance to look, he's freaking out because all he sees is darkness, and he's like, "Oh, it's darkness!" And then he's like going crazy.
he should go talk to Bane.
He really
Bane
should.
knows all
He
about
knows
it.
about the darkness.
Yeah.
He was born in
He's
it.
molded by it.
It's really not that bad.
I don't think you've seen light till
If he
was
was,
only
if
already
he
in
was a
that.
luchador, though, he had told a different story.
That wasn't in the. I don't think we caught that.
I turned.
We actually did record it earlier,
Okay.
but not in this.
We'll
bit.
put that in right. All right, we're back.
Yeah.
I turned that movie off once I heard Bane started talking.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. It was like, no, brother, one of us must die. I was like, oh god, this is cartoony.
I must find us in the record.
I'm done.
With no survivors.
No survivor.
Yeah.
Dick.
For you.
There was a couple of inconsistencies in the book that I wasn't sure about either. I think I'm not sure if it was the forge or the casting, but it was the casting because it was when Batman got the Sunblade. He went from Greece to Arizona
Yeah.
in a panel.
He
or a
says
page.
it too. He's like, "Oh, I went through a tunnel or something."
That tunnel that,
The
that
tunnel
I
led
love
me
to take
Sedona, Arizona.
across the U.S. and through the Atlantic
Such
to
a
the
weird
other
place.
side of
Sonoran
Europe.
Desert.
Such a weird place
Yeah,
to be.
and we were just talking about that where there was like moments where you're just like, when the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I did get confused in that part. I was like, he's in a different place now.
Yeah,
What,
totally
what the
different
hell? Like,
But I also
okay.
got confused because in the Forge he was at the Fortress of Solitude with his tower, and then suddenly he's in Greece with this suit of armor
Yeah.
fighting a something.
It's kind of like a movie where you could just jump to different areas.
You know what? It was sometimes it was because of the art too. Like it was dependent on the artist. Like
Yeah.
you just like what the whoa here this scene.
Yeah, he's fighting a thing.
like a
Well,
griffin and some shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, when the fuck did he get over there?
Yeah, right.
Or why is he wearing armor and
So
shit?
where did the Griffin come from?
Yeah, where did the griffin? Okay, like
Why
But
is
then
he using
Diana
a
shows up and,
spear?
she's like, "Chill, Griffin, I got this."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Sorry,
A lot of
Diana."
this stuff is just happening.
Yeah.
yeah, too
And
quickly,
that's not good.
too quickly.
Uh,
Like
Maybe
they're
they
just
only
trying
had
to
it.
push it on so they can get to the cool
Yeah.
parts already.
They
and
probably only had a certain amount of pages they can do, and then
Mhm.
It's
that
got to be
also-
earned.
Green
Yeah.
Lantern does it too, though. He's in somehow. I guess Batman left him the keys to the Bat plane, and so he's in the Bat plane. He grabs Joker in the maw of the Bat plane, which ingenious invention there. And then the next time we see him, he's standing on top of the Bat plane after he's like, "I'm an ace pilot." One, you didn't do anything.
No.
You just went up there and pressed a button. And two, then you should probably know that somebody needs to be in the pilot seat. You just
But
autopilot.
it's the Bat. The Bat vehicles don't
Yeah.
need an actual
Yeah,
pilot.
you just hit a hover button.
They're like
It's
the
just-
advanced Tesla.
It was just
basically.
weird having him inside. Now he's like teleported out onto the
Did you want to like have a panel of him getting out, like
No,
awkwardly,
I
like
wanted
unbuckling
him
his seatbelt?
to
He's
stay.
like,
Opening
"Let me
the
turn on the hazard
capsule."
lights. Open this up. Hold on, Joker. I'm coming out.
Well, you know
Okay,
what?
Now I'm on top. Let's talk.
It's only bothersome in the sense that they've done it before in other parts of the book, so that gets pointed out even more so
Right.
because it's like that happened already. Like he's in this different place. He's fighting a griffin, then he's fighting some guy with a pink head. It's like what?
Yeah, he found
What the shit
guy.
happened?
Well, 'cause there's no
And then
dialogue.
He knew him. It was like you go back home and you heard like this person was out of town or something. But you go to a bar and you see him there and you're like, "Wait, I know you. I thought you were out of town." He's like, "Listen, you don't want to drink here." And then he dies.
Then he died.
basically.
I don't know what that was. I
They've known
really
each other
feel
for
like it's-
years.
And
I
that
don't
was
know who
also-
that character is, and I love this shit. I was
Yeah,
like,
I-
I don't know who this guy is,
I
But
have-
or
now
why
he's
I should
gone,
care.
It doesn't even matter.
yeah.
I
But then we
wrote it
get like
down.
the schoolyard trade where it's like, I'll trade my sandwich for your pudding cup.
What the hell
With
was
Talia,
that?
he's like, "I want the dagger. You can have this sword."
Yeah, right.
Okay, cool.
Here's 8th medal for
Eighth
9th
medal
medal.
for ninth medal. Yeah.
There's so much wrong.
So
there.
metal.
Wonder Woman gives you an artifact and says keep it safe.
Yeah, and then he gives it away.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
this? And how did Talia? I don't know how she got the dagger? Was that explained somewhere that I
She
missed?
clearly was in Arizona at the
Because
right
her dad
time.
was doing all the research before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Rachel
okay.
Conley.
Raish, yeah, that was
Okay.
that scene with Raish.
And
yeah.
I guess that wouldn't have been a cool comic to see, like
No,
a short
we don't need to see
4-issue
anything like
run
that.
of.
No,
Ra's
she
al
explained
Ghul
everything.
Getting the dagger. Could have been
I
a
feel
great
bad. I
comic.
don't remember why the dagger was like why it was
Was-
significant.
It's
It was
Nth
Nth Metal
That's
from
right.
Shazam.
And he needed that Nth metal to activate the machine at the end.
Wait, is Ninth Metal Nth Metal?
Nth Metal, Ninth Metal, yeah.
They call
same
it
thing.
they call it ninth, I think, in the Forge, and then by the casting they're calling it.
Are they gonna
Nth.
have the medals like numbered like that? It's like
Well,
fifth
Nth-
medal.
Well, I mean,
That's
we're-
the whole series now. It's just they have
We're
to collect
talking-
one of each kind of metal.
What's the
So they
first
got,
one
like,
then? Is it
first
gonna be
metal,
one?
Nth
One
metal.
metal?
Nth Metal.
Nth metal is synonymous with ninth metal here, but talking about
Yeah.
math, you have like functions, right? You have 1, 2, 3, and then if it's just a repeated function, it becomes nth function because it
Ah.
just keeps repeating.
Mm.
And so I think that that's what this is. It's not like the ninth metal. It is the metal. It's the infinite metal, if you will.
Ah, I see. So there isn't gonna be a 10th
That was
metal.
deep, and
Yeah.
But then,
It's pretty dark days.
hey, I just got this artifact from my goddess friend over there. But it's way too bright for my aesthetic.
Yeah.
You want to trade?
I need the darkness.
Like that makes no sense. And then Talia's like, oh yeah, my dad said that this was pretty special and I should keep it safe. But you're
Cadmus.
great in
It's
bed,
a
Batman.
Cadmus
Why don't you have
complex.
this?
So that scene
Raish
right
had
there,
sold it to Cadmus.
when you
What?
see that big pair of eyes,
This?
this shit right here,
That,
was that
yeah.
him looking into the
This
darkness?
is Carter Hall looking into the darkness and seeing the eyes waiting in the darkness.
So what is that supposed to be?
It's like Carter Hall saw what's going on. Like that's what I got from this.
Yeah, well,
Because
he
he
saw
saw like
this
the
demon
earth shaking
thing.
and screaming, and he stared in the darkness, and he saw the eyes staring back through the abyss, waiting.
Right. So there's
waiting.
some
So I think that's
demon
why I
out
think
there.
Carter knows what's there. That he's like, we don't want to go there, because they had like the people in their little Buzz Lightyear or Mr. Freeze suits to go in there as well.
Mr. Freeze. It
And
does
it's all because the dagger. And they have a little flash comic in the middle for Snickers.
Yep. That's the
Yeah,
days.
I was actually gonna
Which is important.
mention.
That's an important point.
I was
You get a
gonna.
free flash comic with the purchase of the casting.
I was gonna mention the metal layover in here, and then also the Snickers ad. They were both really odd choices. I actually thought the Snickers ad was good until the Flash at the end. Like one, his face is all screwed up, and that last panel just really wasn't necessary. The real Grodd is trouble enough.
Are you reviewing?
Yeah, I'm reviewing the
I
ad.
just now
Make
I
it
just
better,
read through it
Snickers.
too, and I'm like, oh my god, that's
Okay.
a terrible story.
This is this show. Leave it
Snickers,
to
I mean, it's stupid.
Why
leave
did
that
you
to
do
Dick.
Superman?
You're talking about a company that has two sides, two factories. That does.
That's Twix.
It's like Grodd
Oh,
owns
it's
the
Twix.
Snickers.
I'm sorry.
Snickers.
I'm sorry. I don't give a
Apologize,
shit.
don't sue us.
Chocolate's chocolate to me. Oh my god.
It's all the
But the
same.
best one was
This one is caramel.
certainly
The Adam West tribute. Yeah. I actually like that. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Missed you, much love. The Gotham Memorial.
Talking
light
about nice
on the-
butts.
Yeah,
I
Adam
mean,
West.
watching him climb up
Adam
the ladder.
West, Dick
that was-
Grayson.
Yeah,
where else do we need to go?
When he pulled
I
his
think
bat
that's it.
spray out, or his shark spray.
Shark spray.
we just went from nice butts to bat spray.
Bat spray.
Shark spray.
And then there was
Bat spray those
so
butts.
that was the Snickers commercial. Yeah.
So, what does everybody think about Duke Thomas?
Ignorant.
You mean
Bumblebee.
the signal?
Yeah.
The signal. The signal.
I couldn't care less about
I don't give a
Yeah.
shit about him.
I'm like, they're trying to
He's
really
ignorant
horn it in that
against
he-
everything.
He's like special now because he's got like the Dionysium in him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he can use the Green Lantern ring to make the machine suddenly. That like, Batman's been working on this machine for a long time. And then
But he
Green
can
Lantern's
see
like,
it.
here, take this. And he's
see
like, ugh, and he makes it again after Joker
How is
smashes
it?
it. He was like, ugh.
Like that.
It was
Yeah.
pretty spot on.
Yeah.
But then Batman can't even handle, like, the machine isn't strong enough for what Batman needs.
Yeah, because
anyways,
he's
and he
only
just
human.
sees the darkness.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I felt like that machine was pretty kinky.
Yeah. The way he had to sit.
The
in
way
it.
they're
He had, like,
standing.
a
Yeah.
lap bar.
It's like a little lap bar, and he
So
wrapped
he
his
doesn't
legs
fall
around
out.
the bottom.
He still fell out.
And bro, he was like, jeez.
I don't know if I'm gonna buy any more Wayne technology. If
Yeah,
that's the
fuck.
case.
I did like, though, the pose that they had him in and stuff. It reminded me of Kirby stuff. or you just have like this. They're being the weirdest poses.
Are you talking about Jack Kirby or like Kirby?
Jack
the
Kirby.
thing that eats
Jack
things?
Kirby.
Okay.
Well, where's that part? Is it like
Yeah.
When he's in the machine.
yeah, when he's inside the machine, it's like very very Kirby.
This
Or
and
yeah, this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so Kirby, and it's it's like what's his name's Orion's little like flying thing, where it's not even like it's awkward, right? He's kind of like sitting in
Yeah.
like this, but it's cool. I don't know why it's cool.
Like it's not thought through all the way. He's
No.
just so excited to finish it.
yeah, and it
he
just
was
looks
like, oh dang,
It's like
I
you don't
forgot.
have a proper seat.
Yeah, I forgot to put the top of the stool on. Guess I'll just sit on the post.
and there's an energy to it, right? I mean, like Jack Kirby was like, I'm not gonna give him a jetpack. I'm gonna give him this weird thing that he has to sit in, kind of awkwardly to fly around. It's like that same thing. Like,
Right.
what's this fucking machine? It looks like nothing to me.
It's like a
Like-
lap bar with a steering wheel and a little thing to look out of, but he can't even steer because it's not
And,
really.
and
a
how is he sitting? Is he sitting on that thing right there? I don't know.
Yeah, he's sitting on
A little fireball.
the. Yeah,
like a
it's
little fireball.
a Coliseum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually liked that because it reminded me of, and that's why I thought this story was going to go in that kind of like direction
I
with,
like-
with the Kirby kind of like bullshit happening, where like super gods or metaphors and stuff.
Is that the same sword he got
the
from
the metaphor
Yemen?
drive?
No, it's the dagger. It's the nth dagger.
Oh, the nth dagger.
But I really like the glowing dagger phallic symbol there. That's
Yeah,
wonderful,
that's-
just right in the crotch.
Mhm.
Uh,
You gotta get
Real
some
penisy.
crotch action in there.
Fire crotch, dude.
One other thing that I have on my list is the part where Joker just kind of spouts out some exposition about Gotham General. Babies, all the babies are tested. Nobody knows
Yeah.
about it. Nobody squeals on it except Joker somehow finds out about it. And the only letters he could put in there, META,
Yeah.
which looking at it might be metal
Or
He
this
didn't
meta.
get a finished spelling.
Meta.
or
This book is really meta.
Yeah, the book is very meta. But Marvel now has the Inhumans. DC is about to have the Metahumans,
Oh,
right?
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Right, that's
And they do talk about that in the TV shows. They call them metahumans all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Mhm.
That's
Like
actually been a
metahumans.
that's been a common trait with DC. It's not like something that is just like popped out of nowhere.
no, yeah.
They did. There's a really big famous book about that, Kingdom Come, where it was the idea that like all the young kids are a bunch of little assholes, and that's why they make that.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that doesn't seem that different from reality.
No.
So that's I don't think that's something that's like particularly new.
It's,
for this
it's
book.
not just I guess new for this. You weren't really expecting to see that, but that
Yeah.
looks like that's the way Dionysium / Nth Metal is headed, and that's what Joker says too. Is we're about to have all new superheroes and supervillains. So thanks for that spoiler, Joker.
I know, right?
I guess we'll just go along for the ride.
So I'm assuming you don't really like the comparison too much, or like the idea that Marvel has the
Terrigen clouds.
yeah, clouds, and so they're gonna have some kind of like metal, like it's sprayed all over the place.
Yeah, right. That,
Just
that
sprayed
makes
on
the,
everybody.
that makes the
Oh,
Green
God.
Lantern ring powerless.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stops all their.
But gives everybody superpowers and shit.
Well, I feel like DC's been doing that for a while, like just all over the place, from comics to movies, in that they copy because they were like, hey, look how cool we are with the Dark Knight. Yeah, you might have Iron Man, but we got Batman, and then they're like,
That's true.
okay, but we're not gonna stop with Iron Man 3. We're gonna take him over to the Avengers, and DC was like, crap. we didn't think
What do we
this
got?
through.
Oh,
we
Justice
don't
League.
have Christian Bale for another 3 movies.
Yeah.
This contract's up.
Yeah.
And that's and they're like, okay, I guess we'll start over. But hey, we got Ben Affleck, and everybody's like, please don't get Ben Affleck.
And then now everyone's like, "Oh, Ben Affleck's the greatest." A lot of people are saying that now. We can talk about this in the movie portion more, but
I like Ben
his
Affleck.
Batman looks
I'm
good.
I'm not a fan.
I like him.
Batman.
I like the way his Batman looks.
But I would like to
and he
also
doesn't
point
look
out
Yes.
the whole detective
the-
thing.
Yeah,
But his whole like shooting people.
Well,
yeah.
that's
That
the
it's
problem.
problematic.
Yeah.
But so it is a different Batman, different
Yeah.
than this Batman in the comics, different than Batman from Christopher
It
Nolan.
totally goes against everything Batman's about is killing people.
There are iterations of Batman,
Batman.
who
Batman.
of Batman Who killed people? Who shoot?
The very first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
There were.
The very first Batman snapped some dude's neck with his foot.
But he didn't shoot him.
This.
I think there were iterations where he used guns though. Before.
He did. He actually did have a gun. He had a machine gun. He was shooting out of an airplane.
Oh.
No, he had guns.
So I mean, you
Yeah.
take
Okay.
that Batman and you throw him into the future, skipping past all this, right? And you know maybe that Batman's flying around, blowing up the bad guys.
I mean, speaking of that, I mean, Batman's doing a whole bunch of shit that is little like against him. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
at least the New 52 version.
Like
Yeah.
the modern.
the Batman in Dark Days is not the Batman I know. Not even the Batman from New 52 that Snyder was writing
Yeah.
and Tinian was writing. He's I don't know who this guy is, but he's just going off the wall. I think maybe they swapped places. Maybe Batman's Joker and Joker's Batman.
I mean, he's got the Joker down in his wine cellar. You know, kind of.
Yeah, right. And Joker's trying
roasting.
to be the good
Yeah.
guy, trying
It's
to
like-
take out the machine that's going to destroy the world.
The little boy who cried wolf.
And then Batman is going a little crazy when he can't see anything through the machine.
Yeah. It's just darkness.
The whole thing is just really metal.
Yeah.
Metal.
Metal.
Do you guys have anything else on Dark Days, or do you want to just move into like we kind of naturally were?
I have one
Yeah,
last
go
thing
for
to
it.
say about.
That
It-
open mouth. Is that?
No, actually,
I just put a dick in it.
Yeah.
something that I didn't like about the Joker, and I think that it's that idea that he's like been like around for so damn long.
Yeah.
Thing. It still bugs me. I really hope that's not where they go into it.
I think we're on consensus with that, but if you wanna
Yeah,
kill
I mean-
this dead horse, let's do
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna kill that dead horse. And the reason why I'm even saying that is that they're making it seem like he has knowledge that nobody else does, and I
Yeah.
don't like that. I hope they don't make him as like some kind of like
Deus Ex Machina.
yes, that's gonna bother the shit out of me if they do that.
And just like he did with Gotham General, he'll just spout whatever.
Yeah, just spout. Yeah, like I know everything. Why?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
then he'd be useless.
I've just been biding my time all this year toying with Batman,
Yeah.
but you guys should probably know about this to save the world.
Yeah, I really hope they don't do that, and it would bug the shit out of me if they did that. And like he's at the end they have to like kill him or something or throw him into a volcano and it ends everything. It's like no.
Going from what we hope won't happen, what do you guys actually think will happen? And I mean, it's going to be a 6-issue run event, the most epic event in DC history,
No.
with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. You know,
no.
it is the most epic
Capullo?
event in.
Capullo's not on
Capullo?
It's Capullo.
He's
Yeah, he
not.
is. He's in the actual like.
this.
No, he's gonna be doing Dark
Or
Days.
the actual
Yeah,
Dark
okay.
Days. I'm talking about that
Okay.
event coming
Gotcha.
up. What do you guys actually think will happen in that? Like, we're giving the information we have.
What will happen is it's gonna sell a whole lot of copies. I will be buying them.
I will probably be
they-
buying it as well,
I-
but I'm gonna go for the foil cover. 'Cause I was pissed. I was like, damn it, they make foil covers.
You mean the metal cover?
Yeah,
metal cover.
Metal.
Foil's
Yeah. Foil is
pussies.
metal, yeah.
This is metal cover.
I think so. There's two sides of me. I think that they will bring in the Watchmen just enough to set them up for later.
The Watchmen?
Based on the button.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's not done yet.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened.
Yeah, I think that they're going to continue to tease that,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't. I mean, I think we all agree that The Watchmen was its own wonderful book, and
Should never be touched
yeah,
again.
it can just stay there. To bring those people back changes the whole universe.
I don't even think that was loud enough for the mic to pick it
No,
up.
we heard
Sorry,
it.
no, you're just loud.
Leave it alone.
Leave
Watchmen alone.
Leave the Watchmen alone. Anyways. So you think
Nailed
they
it.
might bring in the Watchmen at some point?
I think they'll continue to
Dark
tease it
Days.
so that they can arc it later on. They'll have another big arc with the Watchmen. As far as what this series is going to be, obviously we're going to have the Dark Knights at the end are going to come in. I think there will be two plays on that Bird vs. Bat setup, and one of them is Batman
Hawkman.
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 Whenever I say Hawkman or
You think you're
Hawk
saying
Girl,
Cockman?
No, I
Cockman.
think I'm saying Hot Man or Hot Girl.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
too close together.
Mr. Penisy.
You gotta just enunciate the
Just say bird girl,
Hawk.
bird guy.
man.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think that there's going to be that that conflict of don't do it, Batman, and it's going to be like, but he killed my father, you know, that kind of thing. And then there's also going
Parents
to
are dead.
be,
Again.
right, which I do want to touch on this just a moment. In the button, Batman got to have a brief but actual conversation with his father. I don't think after that he can stay the same Batman. Like he
Change.
yeah, his parents were taken from him, but he now got to have that last conversation they wanted to have with his father. So it seems like that's got to change his psyche a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like
was.
kind of like for a little bit, going way back to the beginning of the New 52, the Court of the Owls tried everything to toy with Batman. He was lost in that labyrinth, and he stayed cognizant. But when he found out that he might have a brother, which Snyder, I don't think that was fair to do. He's not had a brother since
Oh
ever.
shit! There's me a brother. Oh my goodness.
But when he found that
Brother
out,
Wayne.
he was a little rocky. Like that got to him, and he had to work it out with himself and basically tell himself that no, that was a lie. But now he knows that he did get to talk to his father. That needs to shake up Batman a little bit. So
Yeah.
I'd like to see that in this coming arc. And then besides that, I think that the Court of Owls will end up facing off against the Dark Knights.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
I can see the whole brother thing coming back up with
Yeah.
the because they're already obviously mentioning that the big bad guys in here are evil Batmans.
Yeah,
And
right. Well, they're
like-
like
Well, one had like the Wonder
yeah,
Woman logo on
they're
their
they're
chest.
evil
Evil
Batman
Justice
versions of the
Leagues.
Justice League. Yeah,
yeah, and then but it's like
'Cause they all have the ears.
yeah, the other years,
Yeah.
but it's like what is it? Owlman, right? From that universe where everything's all topsy turvy. Owlman is basically Batman's brother, where Batman saw his parents die and it made him a good guy. This universe, Batman's brother sees his family get shot and Bruce Wayne get shot, and then he turns into Owlman, which is that evil version of himself.
Oh, yeah.
So
Was that-
it's
was
like
that Flashpoint? No.
no, that's
That
it's
was
way
the
old.
Injustice. No.
It's a Grant Morrison book. It's a Justice League book, where it's like
Yeah.
they get sent to another universe, which is
I remember the
basically-
cartoon. They had him in a cartoon once.
which is probably one of the best ones out there too. Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
And-
I guess that's where the.
But they don't bring that up in the cartoon.
Right, they don't bring up
In the
origin,
book,
but-
it's the case. So I can imagine him still existing.
Yeah.
That this Thomas Wayne Jr. is his name.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Just
like-
because he needs another Thomas in his life. There's not enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need more Thomases. Evil Thomases.
There are other names out there.
Exactly.
Where do you think it's gonna go, Rick Rich Dick?
Never gets old. Personally, I think because he has the Tower of the Anti-Monitor, and that is supposed to be like a machine that you can recreate a universe, essentially, if you can get it to vibrate at the right frequency. I think that's kind of Batman's end goal, is to, like, he's looking in, but then he's going to go activate the tower and bring back in the dark multiverse that they mentioned on the covers of all these, or like dark multiverse. I think he's going to bring that in, and that's going to be like a whole bit. Because also the covers, if you look at all the covers and like the digital copies and stuff, you see multiple covers, and they all look like they're like, this is what's coming up in the next issue kind of thing. Like the Batman statue and the Forge, him and Green Lantern. That the casting, your cover of the casting looks like it's like this comic, but mine is like
Mine's
Wonder
better.
Woman and Batman fighting something
The
that like
Griffin,
doesn't
the Griffin
happen.
at the beginning.
They're fighting the Griffin. Instead,
She's
Wonder
gonna-
Woman's like, I don't want to talk anymore, Griffin.
Yeah, why
No,
is she
she
even on
We're
this
gonna
shit?
fight.
She does
I think
because
because I think like there is some like world colliding catastrophe that Batman's gonna cause with this dark universe, and they're all gonna have to fight it.
well,
Because if you look at if you go online and look at the other covers they have, they're all stuff of like Batman fighting.
They have, like,
things,
5
characters
variants for this
fighting
shit.
things. Yeah, they have tons of variants,
So-
and they're all like look like there's like, oh, this could happen in the future. So I look at the covers and the Tower of the Anti-Monitor as like kind of
that might be the end game, is to
Ew.
use
Oh.
that. So and I hope they don't do this either, but go through this whole thing, just decimate the universe, right? Kill off heroes and stuff, and set
Yeah.
up all these new ones, and then do a small run of everybody, see who works and who doesn't. And if they need to, Batman just goes to his tower thing and resets the universe back to how it was before Metal.
Oh, that's possible.
It's like
yeah.
a cop out.
Yeah,
That is a
and that's
cop-out,
why I
but
feel like
it could
Joker's
happen.
gonna live because Joker has the Dynesium inside of him, and I can imagine him like throwing Joker into the stupid machine, and it like fixes everything. It's like, no, fuck
Yeah,
that.
right.
Well, Joker even says that it's happened once before.
Did
right? Yeah.
I think he
Yeah,
did.
Oh
my
God,
it's the Matrix.
He-
The Wachowskis have gotten their hands on DC.
Yeah, as Green Lantern and
I am the architect.
Yellow Bam, I forget his name.
Humblebee?
Yeah, Humblebee. They're walking
Bumblebee.
through the.
Oh, okay,
Batman's
all right, yeah.
extra things like, don't you guys know it's already happened before?
He literally just
Oh, yeah.
read it. So.
Oh, that's right, that's
So it's
right.
fresh in my mind. Yeah.
Okay, so that's bullshit. If they probably will do that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's gonna drive me nuts.
It's just gonna
Like,
be
just
Yeah.
fix everything. You know,
Well,
just throw
maybe,
Joker into the
maybe
volcano.
they'll just set that as Earth 52 or whatever, like I was talking about. Like, this is the story of Earth 52, and so at the end, everything's decimated. Batman's on his deathbed, and he just chucks Joker into the thing, like you said, and it resets the new 52, and so they can just tuck that world away as this infinite loop of
Oh,
things that
yeah.
happen.
Joker is gonna be Smeagol.
There you go.
Yep. It's like my precious. And
Yeah.
everything like that.
I could see that. I think we all agree on that one. What do you think?
What do I see coming with? I really can't say. But I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Do you agree this is gonna be? Do you agree this is gonna be the most epic event in DC Comics history?
There will
As
be more,
lauded by
but this
the-
will be an epic event.
It's not good enough.
Oh well,
Well, I mean,
my
so-
answer's not good.
Okay, you read the button, right?
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Flash, you know.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
The Flash.
All right.
Wow.
So what do you think is going to happen with the Flash in Metal?
In metal?
Metalocalypse would be a great name.
I don't know, but he's gonna do it
That would
fast.
be, but they're no.
One of the three creators of Dick's Comics and Nerd Rift.
Welcome. Yeah. Executive producer.
And our special guest.
What do I think about it? I feel it's gonna be a fun little like. I don't think it's gonna be the most epic because they still haven't done anything with the button, and obviously they're alluding to the fact that Manhattan is the
Yeah.
bad guy or whatever. So I don't think they're gonna do anything significant. Like it's gonna be a fun little 6 books, but other than that, I don't think it's gonna do anything like epic. No one's gonna die. Nothing's gonna happen of significance.
I think that people will die, but it will be reversed. by
Yeah,
the time
yeah,
of
or
the
the
6th issues.
Fucking the Deus Ex Machina kind of shit.
Yeah.
So
That garbage.
that garbage.
That garbage.
Because or Manhattan's gonna fix it. He's gonna
Yeah.
like,
All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We're hoping to do more of these roundtables. You guys feel free to leave some comments below, both about Dark Days, what you think is coming, whatever else you want to talk about. If you got some personal problems, we can work those out. Also, if you have some ideas on what you want to see in the future, what you want our opinions on. Obviously, we're very professional and very familiar with comics, so maybe we can help you guys out if you have some questions. You guys have anything else before we shut this one down?
comics rule.
Subscribe.
Yeah, yes, please.
Don't forget to
Share,
like it.
subscribe,
Yeah,
like,
thumbs up.
and we'll see you next time on nerdrift.com, on Dick Comics, our YouTube channel, and catch us on Facebook and Twitter. We're there sometimes.